Hello and welcome to the Motorcycle Report. My name's Ryan, and if you're like me, you want to know all there is to know about the past, present, and future of the motorcycle world. For today's report, we're going to have a playthrough of MX vs. ATV REFLEX. Now, this game came out in about 2010, I believe, so it's not a newer game, but I see a lot of reviews for video games and motorcycle video games that they just have a quick review and they show you just a couple things to go through it. I decided that I was going to do things a little bit differently. I was going to go ahead and play through, and you'll notice that I start out terribly. Maybe I get better as I go along. I've only played this one other time before, and that was several months ago, and I only played it for probably half an hour just to check it out. I actually got it for free from the Microsoft Live Gold or Xbox Gold account. It was free about a year ago for one of the months. I can't remember which month, but I haven't played it too much, so it's just kind of been sitting. And so this will give you a chance to go through it and find out if you would like to play it and just kind of hang out with me for a while. I pre-recorded this video so I could talk and watch it with you at the same time, but that's me playing. There's no way I could possibly talk and play at the same time. I'm just not that good of a player. I like to just play. I'm old school, so us old school guys spend a lot of time just playing on our own or playing with friends when they come over, but not everything was live and happening right now. So as you get into the game, looks like there's going to be some different types of challenges to get into. So on the opening screen, you've got a choice of different things you can do. You can play arcade style, have a moto career, multiplayer, and moto card. I haven't really checked too much of it out other than the moto career, because that's what I like to get into when I play racing games, is just get right into the careers. So yeah, the idea is sit back, relax, and go ahead and get you some Cheetos or some Doritos or whatever kind of chips you like, or whatever, chocolate. And when I was younger, I'd play, I think my favorite motocross game was probably Excitebike 64, and I'd play a bunch of that. I used to play that for hours, Excitebike 64, and I'd get my 2-liter of Coke and drink the whole thing in like one sitting, and get my chips going, get my chocolate going, just be super couch potato dude and play. Doesn't mean that I'm going to be any good at this one, because I haven't played a motorcycle game for a long time. But anyway, that's me on the red looking bike. We'll call it a Honda, even though I think they call it something else in the game. And you can definitely hear the revving of the engine. Wah wah wah. It's not a lot of variation, which would be nice. Yeah, this game actually got some good reviews. It was really positive when it came out. You actually have to use both sticks on the Xbox One controller to control the bike just right. The left one's directional, and the right one is for leaning and such, and they both kind of work together. I haven't really figured out, I think they both work together to do wheelies and stuff like that and move the angle of the bike. The scenery looks pretty good. The graphics aren't bad for 2010. The handling of the bike was okay, and I started out not doing very well at all, as you can see. 5th place, but yeah, this gives you an idea what it's going to be like if you decide to play it, if it's worth your time. If you want to play it, I will tell you though that the competition, you got some insane riders out there. Those guys are absolutely nuts. They just don't give a crap. Of course, that's kind of like real life too, I guess, if you get playing, or if you get to watching Supercross and stuff. And there we go. I'm on the podium in 3rd place. Don't know what I'm upset about, but I'll take 3rd. Okay, cool. Yeah. So this video is how to play badly, and for the first few races I did just that, played terribly. Here's a part, this is the loading screen for you waiting for the next race to come up. It's kind of spooky. I'm waiting for different creatures to come crawling out of the shadows to come attack me or something. There's nobody here. But anyway, they give you a chance to practice and get used to how to jump and stuff like that. It helps, and as you can see, I'm a consummate professional, and I'm also quite sarcastic. Alright, next race, see how it turns out. This is a waypoint race, and definitely enjoyed. I think the waypoints were my favorite to do, because it gives you an open space and you can just kind of go forward or go straight for a long time, or you can hit the side of a hill and come sliding down like I like to do. Yeah. It's a lot of fun, but then I haven't played a motorcycle game for a long time, and I did play one, probably, I don't know, 15 years ago. There was one that came out on the GameCube, had to do with Ricky Carmichael, and that was fun. I would say that this reminds me a lot of that. This isn't quite the same as the feel of, say, Excite Bike 64. This one's different, a different feel. This feels more like that Ricky Carmichael game from the GameCube. Can't remember what it's called. If anybody can dig that up, tell me in the comments. That'd be appreciated. And what we're getting here is a vast amount of terrain, and one thing that's changed over the years since I've been playing video games. And you know, I was playing the original Excite Bike when it came out on the faceplant. That's nice. It's gonna leave a mark. Absolutely. Ouch. Yeah. So yeah, I used to play the original Excite Bike, the one where it was like a side-scrolling game where you could jump right up into the air and out of the screen. And so yeah, it was fun. This is quite a bit different than that, I'll tell you what. And now we're back into the spooky realm of shadows and depression. Kind of a bummer place. I want to have people out there cheering me on when I'm practicing this stuff. Where are they? Come on. I feel like I'm all alone. Where's everybody? But yeah, it's, like I said, it's a good place to practice and all that. But yeah, games have come a long way. Like I was saying, the amount of area that you have to cover. Let me read this. Fight to survive, lap after lap, or risk being eliminated if you finish last. Stay ahead of the pack to reach the winner's podium. All right. Well, you know, I'm gonna go kick some ass. Let's see what we can do here. I don't remember how all these races ended. This is the first time I'm going back and watching through it and seeing how things went. I know I won a few of them, but I lost some of them too. And like I said, this is just for you to kind of sit back and enjoy the racing action as it's going on. Turning is kind of tough till you get both of the sticks going on the gamepad. And some of those ruts can be kind of tough. You can get stood up in them just like in real racing, real MX racing. Yeah, I've never raced MX before. Look at that. Oh man, faceplant. But I've ridden a lot of I've ridden dirt bikes in dirt and, you know, gravel and stuff like that, and this is, you know, an approximation, obviously, because it's a video game, and I'm going to go through and play a bunch of MX games and kind of get a feel for each one. So this is kind of the first one. I don't really have anything to base it on yet. I think when I go on to the next video that I play, I'll be able to give you a more accurate idea of how they feel differently. But yeah, the jumping, the flight, you know, that's always fun. That's kind of why people like watching motocross and people like motocross racing as much as road racing and things like that. It's because you're leaving the ground and you get to travel through space, and it feels like low level flying. Of course, the trick is landing it. So I did a few jumps when I was younger, not a whole lot, you know, nothing like that, nothing like a big jump, nothing like we're seeing here, but some jumps where you leave the air. You do it on bicycles, you do it on motorcycles. Yeah, I just hit a tire, and yeah, that's probably what would happen, and just get knocked right over. I just think it's funny to watch the wipeouts. You know, it's like a total onslaught of just face plant onto the ground and your legs go flailing and everything. And so I guess in some ways it's realistic, but it kind of here, since nobody's really getting hurt, it's pretty funny. It's like, wow, wipe out, flipping around, like, oh man. So yeah, I've been playing video games for a long time, and oh, there I'm on the podium. I made what did I make, second or third? So yeah, I got some trophies. So I'll move me on to the next circuit, which is a free ride series. So we're going to Hillsgrove. Uh-oh. Back in the void. Back where we got away. You know, I cut some of these out so that we wouldn't have to watch them, watch me face planting. Of course, that's kind of what we're here to do anyway, is watch me wipe out. Okay, moving on. Enter into the great and rugged outdoors in this open world exploration. Blah blah blah. Hey, coming in on a hovercraft. Wow, it's a great hovercraft driver. And it's time to go riding by myself out in the middle of nowhere. Okay, well that's what we're here to do. That's what I like anyway. So I guess I'm supposed to go to this X, and I couldn't get that figured out when I played the first time. Right here, it's like, what do I do? Oh, something came up, like some activate button. I guess I better go back and hit that. Right here at the sun, right here at the flag. All right, no limits, just you versus the clock as you blaze your trail in order to make it to the finish line. All right, off to the finish line. We'll see how it goes. All right, heading towards the finish line. See if I can make it without biffing it. Ugh. Alright. Outstanding, you've won the gold reward. Achievement unlocked. 10G gold reward. Gold standard. And off to the next event. Yeah, that's how things are going. Nice wreck there. Yeah, if I got anybody out there watching this video, so in the comments what you can put is, what are you munching on? What's the munchies? I want to know. What are you chewing on? What's some good chips? Tell me about some good things to munch on while you're watching this video. Now this video isn't going to be for everybody. You know, I know some people just want to watch and then for a snippet and then go watch something else, but this is just kind of gives you an idea of what it's like for me to try to figure this game out. Somebody who hasn't played for a long time, maybe you're a young kid at heart, but you're any age, you just want to get into playing some motorcycle video games. So this is kind of what the series is going to be for my channel, is to show you an in-depth view of different motorcycle games. Coming up next, I got a race, Lost Meadow, Bedford, Oregon. And that girl's graphics is definitely outdated, as are most of the graphics on this game, but it's not terrible. It's not terrible. You know, you got that mountain range and off in the distance. You've got a nice wide track, and you get a nice wipeout. Somebody slams into you. Doesn't look realistic, but you know, crashing does happen often in motocross, so that's realistic. And I like catching air. Look at the jumps. That's probably my favorite part of this game, and any motocross game, is the catching air and getting the jumps. The problem is trying to land it on my face. Not recommended. I'm not munching on anything right now because that'd kind of ruin the... You'd hear me munching. That'd be kind of rude, huh? So, don't want to be rude. I'm just going to play. I'm going to watch myself play. So you'll see there's we got the number 1, and then there's the TMR, the motorcycle report on the back. So that way you know it's me. Okay. Looks like we got lots of whoops in here. I want to know who makes these tracks. You know, these are awesome, but how long would it take to make something that wide? You know what I mean? That wide and that intricate. I mean, in real life, to have this track be a real life track, I don't know. I don't believe it, but I guess, you know, you gotta suspend your disbelief because this is all about fantasy and fun. Yeah, that's what this is. That's what's happening here. Alright, so we got the mountains. Looks like we're never gonna make it to the mountains because those are outside of the track. Whoa! Mid-air 180 sideways. That's definitely gonna break some bones. It's gonna hurt like a mother. It's gonna hurt bad. Alright, and I'm in 12th place. Not doing real well in this race. I can see I need a lot of practice, but like I said, disclaimer, this is me playing the game badly because I haven't played in years. Comment in the comment section if any of you ever played Excitebike 64. I'd like to hear about your experiences with that. And if you've ever played this game, tell me about what you think of it. It's definitely outdated at this point. It's been out for years. There have been a whole bunch of other MX versus ATV games alone, along with a bunch of other games. But for free, I got it for free. You can't beat it. And I think there's lots of other games that aren't as good as this. I remember back when I was younger, I'd be playing and all due respect to Jeremy McGrath, but you know, his motocross game was just so-so on the, I think he had it on the, what was it, the PlayStation 2, or maybe he had one on the N64 and the regular PlayStation 2 and the regular PlayStation, but that wasn't as good. It was too tightly wound and you couldn't really control it as well as Excitebike 64, and so it was just okay. And I did play it for, you know, a little while, but I got tired of it pretty quick. I did play the Ricky Carmichael game on the GameCube quite a bit longer than the Jeremy McGrath game that was older. But anyway, so here I am in 10th place. I don't think there's much chance I'm going to catch up. We're on lap 3 here, so I'm trying the best I can to catch up with these guys and see if I'll be able to catch them. And this just gives me new respect for motocross racers in general. Always having to stand up on your bike most of the time. I mean, really, it's not some country ride where you're enjoying the scenery, which is what I kind of like to do now on my cruiser that I have. And you can't really do that here. It's just a real athletic event. Your arms are always working the handlebars, and you know, you got to watch out. Don't get tipped over, don't run into something. And so yeah, it makes it kind of tough to take a break at all. And so the amount of training that goes into it, just like a Olympic type athlete, I would imagine. Somebody who's younger than I am, for sure. So I mean, that's what makes it nice to be able to play a game like this where you don't have to do a bunch of training. You just get in and play. You spend a lot of time with it and get better. I know I read in some of the reviews that some guys said this is just way too easy to learn and all that, but you know, sometimes you don't want something that's real technical. You want to just be able to get in there and go racing. And like, that's the way it was with Excitebike 64, was that you just went racing and you just got good at finding your line. And this one, I'm not sure if a line really makes that much of a difference. I think you just go and try not to crash. Well, there I am, dejected. Certainly lost that one. Not gonna win get any placement, any podium in there. So the next, yeah, these are unlocked track. These are locked tracks, and so I have to win at the Iron Gate to go on to the next ones. Iron Gate's in Lynchburg, West Virginia, USA. And look at all the other. This is where the versus ATV comes in, because look at all the other rigs. Yeah, this is I remember this was a little intimidating when I first started it, because I didn't know, I'm going to get smacked into by the other rigs, and yeah, sure am. It's going to happen. So when they'll run you over, and they don't care. They're going to try to go around you, just run right over you. I think I get ran over in this thing, in one of these races. But I found out later that after you win a few races, you get some money. You can go back and buy some of those rigs. I didn't know that before I started this race. But I guess it's best just to see, I'm kind of seeing how far I can go on one motorcycle. And actually I went pretty far without buying an upgraded motorcycle or buying a different type of a rig. What's nice about this track, it's another one that's probably not going to exist in real life because it's just too elaborate and spread out. I'd like to see pictures. Maybe I'm missing something. Maybe there are tracks just like this. Am I missing something? Let me know where I can find tracks just like this one or the other ones I've raced on in this game, because I'd like to see the races. I'd go camp out on the side of the hill, and that's another thing, is you don't see any spectators out here watching you race. It's like, where is everybody? I don't know. I guess they don't want to go. They don't want to take a hike out into the woods. No spectators, but there'll probably be around the starting line, just like the Boone to Eve race in Star Wars Episode 1, The Phantom Menace. So you have a big crowd of people there, but not on the track where they could actually help you if you wreck or something. Call the ambulance, all that. So this is more like, I guess, a Baja race in the woods, like a desert race that they've made in the woods. So, because there's not a lot of guys out in the desert to help you out if you get wrecked. At least they're not. Didn't used to be. At least there didn't used to be. I don't know if they've got guys camping out every so often. I'm sure they are out there, but just not as often as you might like them to be if you get stranded somewhere. And yeah, so this is kind of a fantasy, another one of the fantasy tracks. If you could imagine what you would want a track to be, this would be a lot of fun. And if you'll notice the sound, not a lot of variation. I think these games really rely on the music to get them through. So that if there isn't a lot of music, then there's not a lot of cool sound effects. And this is particularly bad because they just have one kind of droning engine, ba ba ba, and not much else. You don't really hear the other machines too often. You don't hear the crowd. Where's somebody cheering me on and telling me that I'm a totally awesome racer? That's kind of good for encouragement. I'm gonna need that, but I don't hear it. Jump over the log, back through the water. That guy just passed me like I was standing still. I want to know how fast he was going. I told you they're crazy. Because I'm not going slow. Back over the logs. It's amazing to me that you can just hit those logs as fast as you're going across on the mud. And it does not send you flying over the top of your handlebars. Oh, well, okay, that did. We stuck that log sticking out there. I remember that now. Whew. Man, that would have hurt. I think that's, you're talking about serious injury there. I don't know, the water's okay, but it kind of looks like a piece of plastic wrap you stuck over the top, or like cellophane over the top of the water. Alright, almost through this one. Looks like I might take third if I'm lucky. Hey, looks got nothing to do with it, it's all skill. Second place, alright. Yeah, it's definitely not the favorite motocross game I've ever played, but for the graphics and the different terrain, it's kind of fun to explore. Second place on that one. Alright, got the podium. Happy. I don't know why like the third place guy is always so dejected. Third place in anything is just fine with me. Yeah. So what's the difference between second and third? Not a whole lot. Branca del Diablo in Palerdo, Spain. There we go, ready to race against the killer machines again. They'll run you over, they don't care. They run over that guy. Just on a motorcycle. Kind of in real life. No, that depends on where you are and who you're dealing with, I guess. Oh, just gonna ride across the side of the hill. There's another one of those wide open tracks I wish existed in real life. Oh, there's a truck, yeah. Wipeout. 6th place. Yeah, but you know, I like just getting on here and jibber-jabbering while you guys are watching and checking out the different terrain, seeing if this is a kind of game you'd like to play. And yeah, I'd recommend it just to give it a shot. I don't know that I'd spend a lot of money for it because I didn't spend anything on it. I'd definitely try it out for free, or like, you know, maybe 10, 15 bucks tops. I probably wouldn't spend more than 15 bucks on it with all the other choices out there. Sometimes it does kind of feel like you're riding on a hovercraft. You kind of seem to hover over stuff at times. And then it would be nice if there was like a different view of the ride. Oh, another face plant. It's not surprising. It'd be nice if there was another view, like a distant view, or even like a first-person point of view. That'd be interesting. Maybe there is. I didn't see any. I didn't notice it. If there was, if somebody's discovered that, please let me know. Oh, there goes the truck. Look at the clouds. The skies aren't too bad. We're not, you know, I play Destiny some, and nobody has better skies than Destiny in that game. That's pretty badass. Destiny 1 and Destiny 2. Yeah, another face plant. That's typical. But the skies in this aren't as good as that. You can kind of see they're kind of look like they're on a fisheye lens. They kind of bend when you turn and stuff like that. So you know, not as clear, not as wide open. Definitely a different type of programming for the sky. But look at those clouds. Even though they're kind of dark clouds, they definitely have definition, and they're fun to look at and kind of give a good afterthought as you're going along. They're kind of going through the industrial section of the track and going over the whoops here, or going over the. Watch out for that truck. See, look at that. He just takes off up the hill like nothing. How's that possible? Because it's a video game. It's not real life. Okay, got it. Now we're going through the canyon. Clouds are getting a little brighter up there. Going under a bridge. Hey, everybody. Just put like a jump right there so you could jump over everybody. That'd be cool. First place. What? First place. Wow. That's pretty awesome. If I can just hold on to the end, I might actually make it. Going under some power lines. Needed to jump right there so we can jump over the crowd. Oh, maybe put a jump over the power lines. That'd be fun. So yeah, I guess this is one of those games where they're trying to make it somewhat realistic, so you don't feel like you're in a fantasy game, but there's lots of fantasy elements, like such a huge track, and it's supposed to be like a controlled track where you do laps and wide open. You know, I guess I could see that more so out in the woods where you have different courses taped off, and it's a single or double track instead of like a, you know, quadruple or octuple or whatever track, like eight bike lengths across or 12 bike lengths across, bike widths, I mean. So this is kind of a mixture of reality and obviously fantasy. The jumps and the different things, and that there's nobody out there. You know, you'd think there'd be somebody out there to watch. Another thing I noticed is if you go through the bushes, not the trees, you know, if you hit a tree, and bam, and you wreck. But the bushes aren't too bad. They don't really even throw you off or anything, so it's pretty easy to get through. And then I think I got into some races later after I quit recording, where this particular track was like 5 laps. And I'm not really into enduro, going the same track over and over. I would prefer it if it was stretched out, where I had new terrain all the time, like a real Baja type race. If it was that, then I could go on for a long time. I'd love to race something like that. But just to go around the same track for 5 times, especially one this long, can kind of wear you out after a while. So you say, well, I don't want to go. I think when I started getting into those is when I quit this video. I was like, no, I don't want to do that. So you'll see my gamer tag on there, Ryan Hoodoo. Yay, I win. And so if you ever see me online on Xbox, I don't have a PS4 or later. I'm kind of going the Xbox route. Yeah, you know, hit me up sometime. Say hi, say hello, you know, motorcycle report, something like that. I'll respond to you. I'll say hi, unless I'm super duper busy. And so here's the next track. Looks like it's going to be at Lago del Orlo. I'm sure I've just totally slammed that pronunciation, totally ripped it. Not the right way to pronounce it. And here we go. We got some quads, we got some buggies, we got some trucks, and neat scenery, cellophane water, and riding up the side of the hill. And you know, again, nice to see the mountains in the distance, and the clouds, but it does look like I'm looking at it through a fisheye lens. And I've come to kind of learn over the years of playing video games, especially the 3D games, I guess exclusively, is if you're looking out in the distance and things look like they're kind of rounded out, you know, not quite right, then that's going to be your fisheye lens. And I think that's a lesser, or I don't want to say cheaper way to program stuff, because, you know, I'm sure a lot of people went into making this and all that, but when you program onto something like that, it's not quite as tough as having it be wide open and where it doesn't bend and it's not just kind of stagnant there. It can change more readily. And I guess if things are off in the distance like that, you're not going to get there anyway. Like I'm not going to make it to those mountains as I make it to those mountains. Look at that. That's cool. Okay, well, I didn't think I was going to make it that far, but there we go. And riding in the snow. And it was an interesting experience. Yeah, so basically it's like riding in the dirt, but you have less power. less traction, just like riding in real snow. So they definitely got that right. Remember, yeah, did not land that. That's just bury me in the snow and call me snowman, because that's not comfortable. So yeah, riding in the snow, kind of fun. But yeah, making these games, I'm sure there's a lot that went into it. I mean, obviously, my God, the man hours. And, oh, yeah, oh my God, I just got ran over. Oh my goodness. Just went face over tea kettle. Yeah. What goes into making these games? You got guys that make all the textures, make all the pixels, and render everything. Takes time. And then you have to put in the AI and all the different wipeout animations and the free floating animations. Oh, I did a wheelie. Awesome. So it's nice to be able to do a wheelie and not wipe out all the time. I remember I tried a few and I wiped out all the time. But yeah, so you got a bunch of stuff you got to do in making a video game. I wouldn't even begin to try to explain how a video game is made. So, and I've been trying to explain and I can't, so I'm not even going to try anymore. It's not my deal. I'd rather just play it. So, alright, going through the crowd. Look, there's a crowd at the start-finish line, so that's always nice. Cellophane water. Cool. Well, no, it's nice water. I shouldn't give it a bad time. It looks pretty cool. Yeah, there comes a crazy truck, pickup driver. Crazy pickup driver coming through. And I'm trying to get back on track. Sometimes it was tough to steer, I gotta tell you. Between turning... Oh, God, that would hurt. Oh, that just gotta hurt. That's the fun part of it, though. Watching all the different ways you can wipe out. That's actually quite a lot of fun to watch. Alright, so we're heading through those little whoops and rocks and bouncing around. It's always fun to do. So yeah, just the playing of the game. The actual playing of the game is fun. You know, it is. And I think I would have liked to go on and try the different vehicles and things like that, but you know, there's a difference between playing a game for almost an hour and a half and playing a game for 10 hours and showing you and talking about it. So I just wanted to get the basic idea. Could you go on and enjoy the rest of the game? And I think so. I think if you're into motorcycles and you like motocross and you can't really get out and motocross race, this has got to be the next best thing. I'm sure the newer versions that have come out in the last few years, because I'm recording this in 2018, almost towards the end of the year, so almost 2019, and this game was released in 2010, probably developed in 2008, and so this game is definitely 10 years old, and it looked great for being 10 years old. But down the road here I'll be getting new games and checking them out, and I do like the realistic type feel that they've gone for here. They've at least tried some. I've looked at some of the other game reviews and they seem to be real fantastical. Like there's no realistic elements at all, or very few anyway. And so yeah, this is fun, just getting out and pretend like you're riding a motorcycle, especially. And another reason I'm making these videos this time of year, throughout the winter. I live in the northern part of the U.S. and we get snow in the winter, and I don't like to ride my cruiser in the snow. Watch out! Oh, jeez, into the drink. I don't like to ride my cruiser in the snow, so this is good to have a chance to ride when you're not necessarily in the snow. And there's other games I was looking at. I think at some point I'd like to get The Crew 2, which is definitely a newer game, but from what I understand, you have to play that a long time to get to where you can ride motorcycles, because it's not a motorcycle game. And I think I got third place. Did I get third place? Yeah, looking dejected there. Achievement unlocked, 15G Omnicross Series 1. Okay, the Iron Gate, you're done. And going on over, and the other ones are done, so now we're going to go to the motocross. And if I remember right, this didn't turn out very well. So I'll talk to you about some other games while we're watching me make a fool of myself, which is, you know, happening quite frequently, which is fine. Yeah, the Crew 2, I hear I'm really interested to check that game out because I hear it's like a map of the United States, and I want to see how detailed that is. And I know I think other guys have made some videos on that where you can go across the U.S. and different they just do different sections. I'd like to take and cruise, get the bike I really like. I'm not even sure how many different kind of bikes they have, and just cruise across the U.S. the entire thing from like Los Angeles to New York in one shot. I think that'd be a lot of fun. That'd be an endurance race that I would enjoy getting into. Okay, so let's see, 5th place here on the motocross track, on the supercross track. Look at all the flashing lights. Lots of cameras. I don't know, is there that many people taking pictures? And are that many people using flashes with their cell phones when there's lighting on the track? I don't know, I guess it's a good effect though. But yeah, I don't believe that many cameras are intermittently flashing. I'm trying to distract you and have you not pay attention to me totally wiping out on the side of the track. Of course you can't miss it, and it's pretty funny, and I'm really bad at this game, but that's what it's all about. It's getting bad and getting better. And I don't think I ever really got that much better, but it's still fun. Even the wipeouts were fun. I get, even though they could be kind of frustrating. All right. Yeah, oh yeah, that's not gonna work. That land on the turn with it's about 18 seconds left. I landed and totally wiped out. That would have hurt really bad. Would have broken my cockles, whatever part of the body that is. Yeah, here going over the whoops. This seems like a big track too for Supercross. It seems extra wide and extra long. So yeah, it's gonna be bigger than reality, but not so far into fantasy that you can't suspend your disbelief. Oh yeah, he wiped. Oh, actually somebody else wrecked. That's amazing. It doesn't usually turn out that way. It usually turns out with me wrecking. Alright, I'm just getting back from a break for a minute. I think I can only talk about 45 minutes at a time until I get tired of talking. I was checking online and I found out that the name of the Ricky Carmichael game is MX Superfly. It looked familiar. Haven't played it in a very long time, but I'd say that game's probably 6 or 7 years was developed and came out before this game. I don't know when I'll be able to play that. I don't have a GameCube, but and those are kind of tough to record anymore. But I watched a few videos online of it and didn't hear anybody talking, which is kind of boring after a while, just watching somebody play. But if I'm talking and you're getting bored, hey, shut the video off, I'm not making you I don't want to make you be here and watch this if you're not enjoying it, but I'm having fun talking to you, and hopefully you're enjoying it too. So now the next track, starting out on sand, which would be super fun. Now onto the hard packed sand. It's been dried out. And 4th place. Where'd everybody else go? How'd I get to be in 4th place so quick? Yeah, I hope you're enjoying my channel and everything that I'm doing with it. I'm going to spend the first year, this is my first year on this channel. The first year is going to be recording games like this, talking about them and different stuff I know about the video game world of motocross, which at this point is not a lot, other than I have a history of having played a few and on different consoles. But also giving reports, hope you're listening to those. me talking about different parts of motorcycle history, the past, present, and future. What the past has to do with the future, and the future has to do with the past, and the present has to do with now. And this game in particular is a game of the past. But looking online, it looks like a lot of people are, not a lot, maybe a few, are going back and saying, hey, this game is actually pretty good, and we should go back and play it. So I guess I picked that up at about the right time. I picked this up and decided to try it out. Let's see if it gets some kind of a resurgence, or if it's just time to bury it. I don't know. But I'm sure it costs less than some of the other games out there, and you do get quite a bit of fun out of it. You have to get used to it not being like a car game. You are on two wheels, where you can wreck more easily, but there's lots of parts in this game where I knew I should have wrecked, but I didn't. So anytime I do wreck, I'm not really surprised about it. It's just kind of something that is par for the course, I guess. Well, second place, heading up the hill, and lots of stuff to look at coming ahead. It's, the track is never ending, and yeah, don't jump off the cliff. It's a bad idea. Yeah, I was kind of looking at the different buttons on the controller and what they do in the game, and the directional pad will give you a view of yourself from the sides and the back and the front. Of course, you already have a view from the back, but it'll give you from the front, and then you can do the leaning with the sticks and the steering like that. And then you can also hit, I think it's X and B on the Microsoft controller to reset. So if you're in a bad spot, you can reset yourself. Maybe sometimes avoid losing a spot. I don't know how far it puts you back. There's me trying to do some tricks. I never could land that backflip sideways jump. I was just trying to do that full rotation. I could never really get it. Alright, here we go. Let's start out. New race. Gate 0 of 10. Getting ready to go. On my way. And some of these tracks will go in reverse. So you'll think it'll be like a new track, and wow, look at all this new stuff, but then you realize that you're just on the same tracks you were on before, just going in the opposite direction. Which is fine. I mean, you get to go the opposite direction, so it's kind of like a new track. And then that's a whole bunch of stuff that you don't have to worry about as far as the programmers didn't have to make another track. Which some people might think is kind of cheap, but again, it does give you a somewhat new track, so it's kind of enjoyable. Everything's different going the other way, and I'm just not understanding why I'm not totally wiping out and getting lucky in this. And these guys are insane, coming up trying to pass and everything. Almost went off the cliff back there, taking the corners. But yeah. Oh, I couldn't quite get it on. Oh no, couldn't quite get it over the bridge. Man, it like set me back on the side of the track where I could actually would have gone over the side again. Yeah, it could have set me back in the middle. That would have been nice. Maybe they didn't want me to get run over. If there's any thought put into it at all where they place you when you come back. I guess there's got to be some. You got to be somewhere on the track. They're not going to put you out in the middle of nowhere. And yeah, so right there, you're going up the hill and back. I'm trying to find where that flag is. It looks like I'm going like the completely wrong direction, which I was. But now it looks like I'm going the right direction. Doing the little mountain climbing. Watch out for the cactus. And yeah, so I'm going through the bushes and stuff like that, not even slowing me down. But trying to ride at like a 45-degree angle on the side of a hill, I can understand why that'd probably wreck you. But yeah, I'm here. I'm enjoying talking to you guys, and hope you enjoy listening, and watch my other videos in the future that I record on games. Those are actually going to cost me something. This didn't cost me anything, so I'm actually going to be spending money on our entertainment. Yep, that was a bad landing. Yeah, that would really hurt. Yep. So gate 7 out of 10. 8 out of 10 now. I'm way back because I was going the complete opposite direction before. And you know, the quickest way from one point to another is not always a straight line. Bad things can happen. Hey, fish line 7th. Okay. That means I'm not moving on in this category. And you know, it's nice to always watch another track. Dejected. Hanging my head. I'm just going to go sit in a corner somewhere and have a Fig Newton. I don't know. Next track, Blackwater, Lynchburg. I think I've been here before, but this is one of those ones where they're going to go backwards. And so it's the same track, but it's backwards. It's a reverse direction. So it's going to be a little different anyway. Alright, we got the blur banner. Watch out for the truck on the left. Going through the tire. Yeah, I guess you can do little tricks like whips and stuff like that to kind of boost your... I don't know if you get extra money for that or what, but if you place in this game, or even if you don't, I don't know, you do get a little bit of money added to your purse to buy new motorcycles and new equipment along the way. So if you have a style that you like... Oh, another face plant. Yep, that happens a lot. So if you have a style that you like or a certain equipment that looks cool, you can do that. Right now I'm riding a... It's not a Honda. I can't remember. They use names of motorcycles that haven't been given... They haven't been given the license to use the names. Like if they'd been given the license to use a Honda, they would have called this motorcycle a Honda, but they call it something else. I'll tell you about that later. And same with Suzuki and Kawasaki and and Yamaha. And then I think the only major motorcycle company that gave them license to use their name was KTM. And KTM, you know, cool bikes. I just wish that since I like Honda as far as motocross goes and stuff like that, everybody has their own companies that they like. Some people like Yamaha, Suzuki, Kawasaki. I like Honda, so it'd be nice if I could just figure I was riding a Honda, which I guess I can because it's red, and that's the only real red bikes out in the motocross world. Yeah, gotta watch out for those buggies. They'll smack you. They don't care. It's like a semi truck and a car on a freeway. If you're in the car, you gotta get out of the way. Those trucks can't see all the time. Anyway, yeah, so you got a bunch of equipment you can buy. You got a bunch of motorcycles you can buy. I think this is a 125, but they sell 250s, 450s, and all different kinds of makes and models. I mean, I don't think there's a way to modify your bike, the specific bike you have. You can't put on like different mufflers or different gear ratios and you know, different handlebars, different seats, what have you, different tires, different wheels, just what have you. So you can't do that. You can't modify it, but you can buy a different quote-unquote brand of bike, the colors that represent the motorcycles that we know in MX, which is, you know, yellow for Suzuki and blue for Yamaha and yellow. They say yellow for Suzuki, blue for Yamaha, green for Kawasaki, and of course red for Honda. Yeah, go through the water, through the drink, the cellophane drink. And jumping. I really like the jumping though. It's cool. I mean, I like unless you face plant, that's not fun. But if you can hit a jump right in this game, it's pretty cool. It's pretty cool. It's worth playing just for that, for getting the jumps going. Where's everybody? I feel all alone. I'm in second place. There's one guy ahead of me, obviously, but then everybody's way back there, which just kind of weird. They should be right up next to me, but they're not. And I'll tell you, going over the logs, it just can't be that easy in real life. There's just no way. You're hitting them as, like I said, you're hitting them as fast as you're hitting the regular track, so yeah. And I guess you're actually making a new rut. You know what they say I was reading about was that, and I didn't really notice it because there's so many ruts anyway, but as you're going through the dirt, you're actually making a new rut as you're going through the dirt. So I guess if I were to go around again, maybe I would, and I really looked, and I could see my rut where I left my track. But I noticed that the controller vibration was cool too. I mean, when you land, you feel a slight vibration in the controller, and but I guess the thing that stood out the most, and maybe I mentioned this before, is that there isn't a lot of varied sound in the motorcycle. Maybe different motorcycles sound differently. I only rode this one, but it's a lot of the same sound over and over and over. So again, that's where the music comes in and kind of masks it, and you can kind of live with it. But yeah. So yeah, I definitely recommend trying out the different music and stuff that comes with the game. I'm sure it's cool. I just didn't get a chance to listen to that. Win! Did I get a win? I won that one? Alright. Right on. Okay, that unlocks this one. Just Desperation. Will I feel desperation when I ride in it? I don't know. So yeah, this looks like another track that they have reversed. And there's my mechanic checking out the bike and getting ready to race. Yeah, I imagine this would be, I don't know if it'd be more fun, but it would be fun to see what it would be like to race with a buggy or a truck. I'm not sure why they reset me there. I don't know if I was really headed off the edge of the cliff. Maybe I was. Or maybe I hit a button on accident. Bounce off the cement rail. Right, going down through the industry, the mill of sorts. Look at that guy bouncing around up there. Man, you're not supposed to drink and drive like that. What is up? I shouldn't let him on the track. You need to keep him over on the sideline somewhere, watching the race. Yeah, same guy probably. Just ran me over. Real life, I would be dead. But thankfully, this is a video game. Much like everything else that's happened in this game, I haven't died. That's always good. Yeah, there we go. Knocked off the bike. Everybody's bouncing off the walls. Yeah, that guy's stuck up on the side of the hill. Kind of scary out here. I don't know what's going to hit you. Alright, so going through some sand hills. You really got to get on the brakes in some of these corners. If not, you just go flipping, flying off the side, as you can see. As you have seen. As you will probably see again. So I got a motorcycle rider next to me. Gotta get past him first. See if I can. Oh, I gotta figure out how to ride the bike first. Going through some tight corners. Down the hill, through some brush. You jump right here, going over the people. Yeah, we're not even through the first lap. Oh, what a long lap this is. So you can imagine why I don't want to go 5 laps. That's just me though, because I don't like looking at the same terrain. But there's a lot of the same terrain, much more limited amount, of course, in Excite Bike 64, and more limited in MX Superfly. Much more limited in the original Excite Bike. Okay, jump right. Whoa, look at that guy tumbling. I need to jump right there to jump over the people. That would be awesome. THQ, you put one in, jump in there. Alright, take the corner. Don't run over the barrier, into the barrier. Second place. Gotta love it. Who's ahead of me? I think it's, yeah, it's that motorcycle guy. Same guy. If I'm gonna catch him. Alright, getting on his heels. See what happens. Will I overtake? Here we go, here we go. Alright. That's because he's number 280 or 9 or whatever, and I'm number 1. That's what makes the difference. It makes me go a little bit faster. It's all about the number. Alright, back up the hill. Amazing, we're actually on lap 2. Now getting to be a cloudy sky up there. But looking ahead, it's pretty open because I'm in first place. Yeah. Oh, not for long because I just got ran over my head. Dang, man. Once again, real life dead. Video game not dead. That's why I like playing video games a lot. You don't die. You still get to have a lot of fun. But I wouldn't trade anything for my cruiser. I love cruising, getting out there, out in the country. Gotta be pavement because it's not a dirt bike, but getting out there cruising around. Much more docile than something like this in real life, but since it's not real life, it's kind of gets to be kind of a docile experience too. Even though you get ran over sometimes and would be killed in real life, you get to get out here and just ride your bike, and you know, it's a great thing to do, like I said, during the winter time around here, because there's no motorcycle riding during the winter. And yeah, looking forward to looking at the other games too. Look at it going through the whoops up the hill. Must be close to the end. Must have hit a rut there. Kind of sent me the other direction. Now give me a jump right here, and I'll jump over the fence. Oh, no jump. Okay. But I won, right? Yeah. Can we see a different angle? I think I remember it was a different angle. Oh, yeah. I win. I win. And I'm happy about it. So come on, third place. Don't be so depressed. Desperation just won that one. Pico de Altas is next. Pico de Altas. Pico de Altas. Sondrina, Italy. Sondrina, Italy. I don't know. Something like that. Alright. Can't give me words of encouragement, thank you. And I'm on my way. Alright, taking a right. Taking a left. Just kind of enjoying the, believe it or not, kind of the serenity of the race. I don't know if in a motorcycle, motocross style or enduro motocross, well, there's people, style race, you really want to have serenity. I guess that's part of it too, though. I guess that always will be part of motorcycle riding, and no matter what capacity you do it. It's still going to be a lot of hard work, because, and physically trying to keep up with it. But once you get into the zone, you know, how much fun, how much fun. That's why I made this channel. Alright, paddling through some snow. I need to get me some of those tires that some spike tires and spikes on them. Going through the ruts. Look at these big ruts. I don't know, you know, they say that you leave your own treads on this game, and I just don't know if I believe it or not, because look at the huge ruts. I wonder if I came back around again. So when I come back around next time, I'll look and try to see if my track is being left in the snow, because that's definitely leaving a track right there. And so next lap around, I will see if me and the others have left tracks in the snow. Then we will know whether or not the information is accurate that they tout with the game, that you get to leave your own track. So we'll see. We'll see. Alright, more snow. Going through, leaving some tracks. Oh, there goes a crazy man driving his buggy. Yeah, you know, when I was a kid, I used to love to watch, and they had on TV all the time. They'd have the buggy races, and oh, not gonna follow him. He's drunk. They'd have the buggy races, and you know, the alcohol fuel races, the swamp buggies. Man, those are fun to watch. And just different kinds of like tractor races and motocross. Can't remember if I was watching on ESPN or if just one of the channels had it. Okay, here you don't want, I'm going swimming. Apparently I need to go for a swim. Tired of riding or something. Yeah, I'm gonna get back on track. There's a cool bridge. That's probably the coolest bridge I've seen in the game. You got the train going over. Nice. Like that. Now across the pond again. Alright. So get back out here. Watch out for the pickup. Or the race truck. Call it trucks. There's a difference between trucks and pickups. People should know that. There's a difference. Whoa. Even though, yeah. No, not a good idea. Whoa, that was like Exorcist type deal. Going right through my body. Okay. No big deal. Video game. Chalk it up. Okay. Beautiful view though. Look off to the right there. You could actually get like a picnic and go sit out next to the lake and get like a barrier and just look over the top to watch the racers going by. Alright, so here's the snow. Are we leaving our tracks? Yes, they are leaving tracks. Wow. Very cool. Very cool. Because there wasn't any at all first time around. There was not a single track on that snow. So good. Hats off to you, THQ and game developers. Good job. Good job on the snow, and I'm sure it translates to the dirt as well. We'll just say okay. Good job. Very cool. Does add some realism there. How realistic? I'm not sure, but it is something. Alright, back through the snow and back around. Get more tracks in the snow. Cool. And I'm in first place again. That's awesome. Totally awesome. Going over the bridge. Not going to do this track 5 times, but twice is just right. That guy's about took my head off. Again. I think this is the... Was this the part of the track where he passed me last time? Maybe that's something that they dialed into the AI. We gotta... Once we get somebody in first place, this is right here is where we need to pass them so that they have to catch us up with us towards the end. Yeah, I think that was the place, just approximately where he passed me on the last lap. I see what you're doing there, THQ. Alright. Go through the Fox banner. Back towards that train it's in the same place also. They just back up. The train just backs up and waits for you to come around again, and then they start up and go across the trestle. Alright, back across the cellophane. A little bit of splashy effect. Kinda like that. And finished. Second place. They want me to race it again, I'm sure, and get first place. Not going to do it. But I could, you know, if this was the only game I had to play, and it is the only motorcycle game I have to play, so I don't know. I might be back. But, alright, achievement unlocked, 15G Omnicross Series 2. And now we're going to Moto 448. Just you versus the track. Alright. I think this is my last race. And look at the beautiful sign holder there. Okay, last race of the video. Right here. See how I do. Can't remember. Achievement unlocked, 15G Wheelie King, as I plaster myself across the hill there. Very nice. Alright, leaving ruts in the dirt apparently. Tight left, tight right. Jumps. We're here for the jumps. Thank you. Thank you, jumps. Whoa, watch out. There's a tree. Just missed the tree. Come back around to the right. Yeah. Well, I hope you guys will join me in the future for more videos. I've got a few more minutes on this one, but I just wanted to say thank you, and I hope you're enjoying your snacks and just relaxing for a little while and watching some of the writing, even though it's, you know, like I say, you'll have to forgive me because it's awful. Some of it's really bad. And no, looks like I lost that one. Hey, maybe that is my last race. Maybe that was like the second to last race. Yeah, second to last race, because it didn't last very long. I'm looking on the timeline on my editing system. It shows me how much more time is in the video, but I don't always know what's coming up next. So this is Three Pine Cross Country Icarus. It must be Montana, not Mountain. Montana. Icarus. Alright, and they're off. Oh man, yeah, those pickups. Those trucks, macking me around, smacking me all over the place. Looks like this one already has ruts in the snow. It's not quite as clean. I would have liked to start clean. Oh, watch out! Oh, he wanted to take me out, didn't he? We're going across first place for a moment, anyway. We got another truck ahead. Gotta be careful. Gotta be careful. Ooh, out in the snow. Where'd the truck go? There he is. Oh no, that's a buggy. Making some new lines out in the snow. Okay, gate 3 of 8. Halfway there, 4 of 8. Yeah, thanks guys for joining me. I do appreciate it. I appreciate your time and hope you enjoy watching this. I like talking to you guys, and hopefully you'll join me on the next one. I'm going to get you to subscribe, then you can see when the next one comes out. Just wiped out and got ran over again. So yeah, that's what's going to happen when you're watching my videos, is you're going to see just how bad a player I am when it comes to motorcycle games. But, you know, not all of us are super great, and those of us who are just do it all the time. And I don't want to. Whoa, shoot! Whoa, watch out! Smacked into the side of the hill. That's gonna hurt. That's gonna be a spinal injury. But yeah, so you know, those of us who play all the time don't do much else, and so I don't know. I got other stuff I got to do in life besides just play games and record my voice. But I sure enjoy doing this. This is like a lot of fun. So I'm enjoying it. Hopefully I'm gonna have plenty of these coming out in the future. I'm sure I will. If you guys watch this before I buy my next game, maybe you guys can suggest a good one, and maybe I'll get one and talk throughout it, or maybe not. We'll see. It's all open for the future. Alright, now I'm going to go through the list of different motorcycles. You can kind of get, not like a comprehensive look at it, but just kind of a flip through. So you have motocross light, where you have the blaze, which is red, which would be like a Honda, right? And then you go down to the green, which would be like a Kawasaki, but it's called a Dakumoto. Takashi is yellow. Shima is blue, like Yamaha. And so most of these are like real motorcycle companies as far as like motorcycle gear, but they don't actually make the motorcycles. They just kind of add on to what's already there. So that was the next best thing for the guys over at THQ to get licensed for. So not the actual motorcycles, but the gear itself. And so yeah, you can get you an upgraded motorcycle, or you can get you a buggy or a truck or anything, and then you go over to the gear section, and you got stuff from Answer, from Fox Platinum, O'Neill, Troy Lee, Thor. I went with Thor. Not sure why. Maybe I like the hammer, you know. Yeah, all different kinds of gear, you know. There's all different kinds and colors, and I don't think maybe Thor was around when I was a kid. I don't remember it though. I know Bell and Fox were around. Maybe Thor was. Okay, I may be wrong. They may have been around. O'Neill was, I'm pretty sure. But I think Thor might be one of the newer companies. Some of these companies I don't quite recognize. So get a Thor helmet. Color it. We're not going to color it original gangsta. Not going to do the gangsta. But yeah, blue and white. Yeah, I'll go with that. And next up, after the helmet, you're going to go take a look at some new boots. I don't think these make you go faster. You know, some games you can upgrade your equipment or whatever. It might have speed points or something, maybe. But not in this game. I think maybe in this game it's just about your appearance. And so, yeah, with the blue bike and the blue outfit would have been nice, but I think I ended up going with the KTM because they're the only licensed motorcycle. And I was going to keep playing, but I decided, you know, that's probably enough for this video. I'm going to call it good. Just kind of run through the different stuff you can do real quick. And yeah, so that's what I look like on my new KTM and my new Thor gear. Can I land it? Oh yeah. Try another one. Can I land it? Oh yeah. So definitely practice in the spooky realm between races if you decide to play this game. Oh, I almost did I land it? No. Well, yeah, I still can't land the backflip, the sideways backflip. Oh well, you know. Sometimes you win, sometimes you lose. That's definitely what this game is about. Thank you for joining me. And if you like this video and would like to see more, go ahead and hit the subscribe button. Thank you very much, and I'll talk to you soon.